as much as what someone else has, but it still is an available resource that if you manage it carefully, you can have you a nice built economy, even if it's just around you, you know, just in the community. It may not be that big, but it is still making an impact, you know. So definitely knowing how to find what available resources are around you, even knowing what plants are around you, you know, knowing what flowers, what people want to barter for, because you may never know what beautiful flower may be growing around you that someone is willing to get because of the resource that you can get from it. And if it's available to you, if you don't want to use that for yourself, you can barter that, or you can, you know, trade that or share with someone. I have this, and they're like, well, I have that, and I can share with you.
It's a perfect exchange.
Right, and it's an available resource, carefully managed.
Yes.
So it's all still in the lines of economy, and it's not about being selfish. It's like, you may use it to build up yourself, but you can also use it to build someone else.
Absolutely.
And so, that's what it's about. Economy, you know, community, a common unity, and if you have resources that are available, you know, that you can have in common with someone else, you can unite using that economic resource. And so, just knowing how to carefully manage that and knowing what resources in your area for you to use.
Absolutely. And you don't have to manage, you don't basically have to limit it to the people that are in your state. Because as we know now, not everybody here in South Carolina is farming. Not everybody, you know, even in North Carolina is farming. You know, there's some farmers that we know in Florida. There's some farmers that we know, I think, in Kentucky. And they're kind of all over the place. And what you do, you can basically go ahead and get your get familiar with the people that you know farm, and you can already little by little start setting up a bartering system on how things are going to work out, because we understand that money, as they say, the finances, the bill that we use, basically the debt that we use now, it's okay, but it's only okay to pertaining to things that basically are in that category that you would need to spend for, like natural resources. Like she said about the flowers, you could basically say, well, I'm in need of flowers like chamomile flowers, like chamomile flowers. Well, chamomile is a flower. The chamomile flower, you can basically use that, and there are some growing even, I think, in South Carolina, those type of flowers. You can use those flowers and you can use them to make tea. That's a natural resource right there. And if someone says, well, I'm in need of something so I can make natural teas, you can trade that for whatever they're willing to trade that for, whatever they believe is equal for that exchange. And it doesn't have to be limited to those that are local, because we understand not everybody is farming. So basically build up that relationship with others that are farming, because that's how you basically build community, common union. You build relationship with those that want to change their economy, because we see that we do we live in an economy based upon, you know, the U.S. It's a system that everybody's in, but that doesn't mean that you have to be subject to the system's deficiency. Basically, do what you have to do. Don't just basically say, well, I have to give up because everything else is going down the drain, or it doesn't seem like it's worth it. No, do what you have to do on your part, because you can really be a major impact, and you can really be a major push in somebody's life to understand that you don't have to give up right here. You can do what you have to do to be self-sufficient. You can sustain yourself. You can sustain your family. You can even push another family to basically do what needs to be done to be self-sustained. That is very important. So we push what's the word I'm looking for? Self-sufficiency, but preservation. We push preservation, because natural resources are so important, because natural resources can be grown in your yard. You don't basically have to pay for that. The more seeds you get, seeds are so valuable, because seeds, out of seeds you get more seeds.
Right.
You know, with money you have to save up money, or you have to basically put it not in the bank. You have to save it up, and we eventually keep your money out of the bank. But you have to basically use that money to go buy something else, with seeds or something like that. You can trade, and there's an equal exchange, and you still get something out of it. You spend money, it's gone. You invest in something, and yes, you get something out of it, but after that, it's gone. So natural resources as a bartering system, and also using currency, is very important, because they work hand in hand, and you can basically build up, and you can basically do what you need to do with natural resources as well as with the currency that we